Thank you, family friends, for joining me at What Else? Maria loves to talk. Nope, not talking about candles. Police arrest 43-year-old Portland man accused in girlfriend's. Nice looking lady, attractive lady. Let's see here. Police in Southern Oregon on Friday arrested 43-year-old Jose Antonio Caraballo, who was wanted by Portland police for alleged delete of 27-year-old Kathryn Muhlbach on December the 9th. Again, all this stuff happened around the holidays.
Jose, my sister loved you and you made a mistake, and we want you to turn yourself in.
That's the plea from the sister of a woman killed and left in Powell Butte Nature Park Friday. A nationwide manhunt is underway for her boyfriend, accused of her murder. Police believe he's left the Portland area by now. Today, Christelle Coomway spoke with the victim's sister, and she wants the suspect to turn himself in, Christelle.
Yes, Brittany, and we're asking all the viewers to take a really good look at this picture. And that is 43-year-old Jose Caraballo. He is on the run and he is accused of killing his girlfriend, 27-year-old Kathryn Muhlbach. Her sister wants police to find him to get closure and for her to start the healing process.
I just want to share with the world that my sister was an amazing human.
Jennifer Keller remembers her sister, Kathryn Muhlbach, as strong and loving.
She loved her children so much. She was funny.
The 27-year-old mother of two was found dead Friday afternoon in Powell Butte Nature Park in southeast Portland.
We just could not get a hold of her, which is not normal. So we had a feeling that something was wrong. It has been the worst experience my family has ever gone through.
Keller says her sister moved to Oregon from California in 2020 with her boyfriend, Jose Antonio Caraballo. Caraballo is now wanted for her murder. On Monday, police announced a nationwide arrest warrant for the 43-year-old for the charge of second-degree murder, domestic violence.
She loved him so much. And little by little, we started to understand that their relationship might not be very healthy. And we were finding out more and more from other people. Obviously, she wasn't living near her family. And we just never knew that it was going to lead to her death.
Police think Caraballo has left the Portland area. He has friends and family in Oregon, California, and Mexico. You can see he has very distinctive tattoos. If you know where he might be, call police.
We're hurting, and right now our focus for Kathryn is to find Jose and bring justice to her, for her and for her children.
The family started a GoFundMe account to help support Muhlbach's two young children. Crime Stoppers is offering.
Kids. They didn't say, did she bring her kids with her to be with him? She got two babies. One, okay, so I'm looking at the GoFundMe. So the goal was $5,000. They received $14,305. Why would he? I don't understand. I mean, make it make sense. Why are these toxic masculinity on toxic males? Why would you take out your baby mama? Or even if she's not your baby mama, she's got two little kids, two little babies that's dependent on her, that need her. Even though grandma or auntie or the sister's there, that's not the same thing as having your mom there. Prayers go out to this family, because it just doesn't make any sense. And obviously he had to been planning that. Yeah, I said it. Probably, no telling, had him another little woman on the side, allegedly. Evans house sitter accused of stealing $30,000 in jewelry and guns. And this is a young chick. I guess it's gonna be another one. Too hot to, what are they were calling them? The hot felons or something. An Evans house sitter has been linked to the disappearance of $30,000 in expensive jewelry and guns from her neighbors' homes, as well as from her parents in Columbia County. Shaira Khan, Khan, 21, took her neighbor's diamond necklaces, high school rings, expensive watches, and even a pair of snow boots and Van shoes, whatever that is, according to a sheriff's report. She's also accused of taking 4 of her father's guns, including an AR-15, as well as $3,000 worth of her mother's jewelry from the family's safe deposit box. Authorities described Khan as a house sitter with access to the neighbors' homes who live near her own residence on Conn, C-O-N-N Drive in the Sumter Landing subdivision. She had access to all their homes and took advantage of the situation, Sheriff Major Steve Morris said. She sure did, and this goes back to something and looks so cute and innocent, just like a little, the little sweet girl next door that you have your kids, have her babysit your kids. This brings me to the point where I keep saying, people keep thinking, oh, the crime is in that neighborhood, the crime is over there, the crime is in the inner city, the crime is urban area, the crime is in the barrio. Crime is anywhere really where you have people, okay? People think because you live in a gated community, you're gonna be safe, as we see with all these celebrities who have been robbed by these little gangs of so-called fans of teenagers. These people are breaking into gated communities, following when the gates or whatever open. Then you have little thugs that look like this little innocent baby-faced girl that's in the community, that's in the gated community. And I don't know, they didn't say, was she doing this for her boyfriend? Was she just doing it just to be doing it for excitement? People so bored with the pandemic, they want excitement, Why was she doing it? Normally when I see people do this stuff, there's something going on, or maybe they're in a gang or drug dependent. So I'm trying to see here what they're saying. Okay, so they say she pawned many of the items which disappeared from the homes between October and December. Some of the items have been recovered. Before her arrest, the mysterious disappearance of items was surprising to victims who could not find any signs of forced entry or video on their Ring cameras. One victim says she became suspicious of missing items after seeing other residents posting about similar thefts on the neighborhood Facebook page. Another victim told deputies that he believed an unknown person is entering the residence by unknown means while they are not at home. The suspect's father was also puzzled by the disappearance of his weapons and jewelry, saying the missing property was unexplainable. I know he's embarrassed. I know he's embarrassed and ashamed. Okay, so investigators did not reveal how they link Khan to the thefts, but they have a system in place to track pawn items, which may have helped. Among the thefts at 3,000, okay, they just keep repeating. Some of this jewelry is custom-made heirlooms. Custom-made heirlooms, you can't put a price on that. It's one of a kind. This reminds me, I know if anybody can go way back, I'm not going way back, when one of the, I want to say it was Robinson from the San Antonio Cavaliers, they had some stuff that was coming up missing in their gated community, and I think he had some things stolen from him, and they found out the same thing. It was a neighbor in a gated community. Khan has attended Georgia State University in Atlanta, studying both environmental biology and behavioral psychology. Another BCK, meaning another little thug, criminal, psychopath. She's a graduate of Greenbrier High School. The suspect is free on bond after January the 5th arrest on charges of burglary and 4 counts of theft by taking. Wow. I don't know. If I was that daddy, I don't know if I would feel comfortable having her little raggedy butt in my house. I would be almost scared, because as the old saying, if you lie, you'll steal. If you steal, you'll. So he needs to nip that in the bud and get her some help. Okay, moving on. Deputy says he found pregnant woman outside bleeding with no clothes on and crying. Also, this is not that current, but it happened last year. Again, I didn't see that. It's just a lot of stuff that I did not see. This happened. Okay, so here, this was around Christmas. Lake Worth Beach, Florida. Lake Worth Beach, Florida. Remember, you guys? Watch my video. That's the same area where the son and his mom had a brothel inside their house. Watch my video. Authorities in Florida said violence erupted in a car when a couple was heading home after celebrating Thanksgiving. Right. It continued outside their apartment near Lake Worth Beach early Friday morning when someone called in police to report a female was bleeding and a male was hurting her and hitting her in the face, according to an arrest report by a deputy with the Palm Beach County Sheriff. I don't think a man should put his hand on a woman, especially a pregnant woman, and you definitely shouldn't be punching a woman in the face. Okay. The report noted that Marco Torres, 30, was charged with aggravated battery on a pregnant victim and resisting arrest without violence. Well, I see they didn't take him down. I see he's still alive. They didn't unalive him. That was last Friday at 1:50 a.m. and the woman was pregnant. The deputy noted that he arrived at the scene to find a naked woman who was trying to get into an apartment door. I then observed another deputy giving commands to Marco Torres to lay on the ground with his hands spread out. Torres was not obeying the deputy until he observed myself and other deputies arriving on the scene. Okay, you see that? Torres laid on the ground face first and was placed into custody by the other deputy and myself. Torres continued to talk while he was being patted down, stating that they were on their way home on I-95, where his girlfriend and him were in an argument. According to the arrest report, Torres said he and his girlfriend got into an argument on their way home. Really? What was y'all arguing about? That's just me. I'm just nosy. The girlfriend began hitting and scratching Torres. He cheated, or he was flirting with somebody. Torres had a scratch visible on his elbow but was not bleeding. The girlfriend grabbed the steering wheel of the car and then Torres pushed the girlfriend. The other deputy stated that when he arrived, he observed Torres stand over the girlfriend while the girlfriend was curled up in a fetal position with no clothes, crying and looked to be in fear. Then the deputy said he looked at their car and found blood smeared on the front seat, as well as on the outside of the front passenger door. There was also a trail of blood up the driveway to the front door. Okay, she was pregnant. I wonder, was she miscarrying or what? Deputies then tried to speak with the girlfriend who was inside. The girlfriend stated she fell getting out of the car and nothing else happened. I observed the girlfriend to have blood on a robe in her breast area and scratches on her legs. There was an observed cut on her lip as well. The girlfriend was extremely uncooperative with deputies, but did provide a sworn record statement. She also turned down help from paramedics. Torres was booked and later released in lieu of $3,000 bond. Wow, so he got off on that one pretty good, don't y'all think? He was not unalived by the cop, because normally they give him a good whooping, good beat down, taser them until they unalive, or you get shot a couple times and get unalive. So they didn't do any of that to him. Then she's not pressing charges. They're not moving forward with it, because I thought that even in some places, if the woman don't, the police move forward, or however it goes, they move forward to press domestic violence battery charges on these men. When your man or whoever, your boy, whoever your significant other is not giving you the respect or the treatment you deserve, to just say, you know what, homie, this girl is going to take him back, and the same thing will happen again. I don't know if she's working. I don't know if he's the only one working. Is he the one paying the bills? Maybe she did fall down. Maybe she was, well, no, she pregnant, so I can't see her drinking and got drunk. All we can do is just go on her word that, hey, you know, she fell down, that he didn't do all that to her. I hope her baby is safe. Augusta man fatally shot while having an affair with the shooter's wife. I had to look at that. He had an affair. Again, this is a nice looking man, handsome older gentleman. And Augusta man has died just 2 days after being shot at the home of his lover while deputies were present. Lance Coleman, 49, died Tuesday afternoon at Augusta University Medical Center, where he was being treated for 5 gunshot wounds. According to the victim's family, he was shot once in the neck, 3 times in the stomach, and once in his genitalia. Once you shot in the neck, it's like it's over, but golly, this guy really wanted him gone. Coleman, who was married, was reportedly having an affair with another married woman and went back over to her house on Sunday night, according to his own family, who asked to remain anonymous. Yeah, I would want to be. I know his wife is ashamed. I know she's embarrassed. And it's so sad. And just, you know, what do you do? What do you say? You know, how, I mean, I'm sure they have kids. How do you look at kids in the face? How do you, you know, go to church? His lover had apparently discovered that Coleman was having a relationship with a third woman. Let me repeat it. Now, you guys, I'm reading it for the first time. I really wasn't going to do this story. I was going to do something else. His lover had apparently discovered that Coleman was having a relationship with a third woman. Y'all know that old-time blues song, hey, lady, your husband's cheating on me and you. Your husband's cheating on us. That's what this is. What this is. The sheriff's office was called and 2 deputies arrived on Larkspur Drive to the home of Ronnie and Sandra Martin. Deputies saw a woman throw papers at Coleman, and the Martins and Colemans went behind the corner of the house. I heard shots fired, Deputy Logan Rose said in his report. I observed Ronnie with the listed handgun in his right hand. Ronnie was placed into custody and Sandra was detained. Neither Ronnie Martin nor his wife have been criminally charged in the case. Coleman was conscious when he arrived at the hospital, but he suffered a heart attack and died Tuesday. Coroner Mark Bowen said Coleman died at 2:30 p.m. According to the victim's family, Coleman and Martin own a food truck business together called L&S Food Truck, which stands for Lance and Sandra. Wow, this reminds me of a story. I'm gonna be quick because y'all know I'm long-winded. This happened years ago, and it was on my local news in my city. And I was working at a state agency, and everybody knew everybody business, and the customers, clients, or however you want to say, they would, you know, tell us what was going on, you know, like in their area, in their neighborhood. And someone said, oh, I just interviewed that lady that was, husband was on the news, and she told me what was going on. So what had happened, and this wasn't a black couple, just I think this lady was Hispanic. I'm not sure if she was Hispanic, white, but they wasn't black. But it was so sad in how these people, when they're doing these love triangle, or I don't know what you call it, when you're cheating on your wife, when you're cheating on your husband, it never ends. It never works to me. I don't think it works in these people's favor. So she was about 8 or 9 months pregnant. So she told them that what happened was her husband was having an affair with one of the ladies that live in the apartment complex. They all live in this apartment complex, and he was the maintenance man. And some of you old schoolers remember that play called The Maintenance Man. Okay, so you know the maintenance man's moving around, dating and messing around with all the women in the complex. So this lady, she's married, she's pregnant, and then her husband works doing stuff around jobs around the apartment. So the woman he was cheating with on her called him over, said that she needed something or whatever. So he went running, and she said that when the woman opened the door to let him in, before he even stepped his foot in the door, the husband appeared with a gun and bang, bang, and then took off and ran off. I don't even know if they ever caught the guy, because some people say, I think he ran out the country. I think he went to Mexico. I think he went to South America. But I don't remember them catching him. They probably eventually, I don't even remember the people's name to look it up. But yeah, the man was basically executed on the doorstep before he even entered the door to his girlfriend, who was married. So they both was married. I don't know how her husband knew or her husband found out, but the husband made her get on the phone and call him. And they planned it. I don't think nothing happened to the wife, but he planned that he was going to do this when the maintenance man came and just shot that man, and he just took off. And the woman was just so distraught because she about to have a baby. I don't know how many kids they had. She didn't work. She didn't have a job. She didn't have any training. So, what do you do? And so, yeah, but this here is sad. These men are out here in these streets doing what they doing. They really need to be careful of what they doing and who they doing it with. So prayers go out to his wife and the kids or any grandkids.